I've watched brand new technicians ruin their career in under 6 months. And it's not because they weren't smart, it's because of this one mistake that they all kept making. When you're new to fire alarm, everything seems overwhelming, and I get it. When I first started, the wiring, I didn't understand the electrical components, what a resistor was, codes, inspections, all these different things was very overwhelming to learn at a rate that I had to learn it in order for me to become a better technician. So if you're trying to prove yourself to show that you could install things fast or run wires fast, whatever the case may be, make sure you understand exactly what it is that you're doing, because speed doesn't equal efficiency. But here's what no one is going to tell you. You can have all the confidence in the world, but without the fundamentals, that's absolutely dangerous. And most techs don't fail because they don't care. They actually want to learn. They fail because they copy bad habits from other senior techs that got bad habits from other techs that probably retired from the field. So let me walk you through some of the most biggest mistakes that I see, and I'm gonna start with the most common one. So by the end of this video, you'll understand the technician that struggles for years or the technician that everyone can trust and companies fight for. And all these mistakes are fixable if you catch them early. So let's get it. The first mistake I see new techs make is trying to rush the job so they can finish it fast. When you confuse speed with competence, you make all the mistakes in the world that you can absolutely make. When I first started out trying to think that I was actually moving fast and handle service calls that I really didn't understand, especially with me being colorblind, I used to always just quickly reverse the batteries. Now I have a problem because now I just blew out either the batteries or the charging circuit for the fire alarm panel because I did not take my time to actually look and see what it was I was doing. So remember, your fire alarm work is not judged on how fast you finish, but it's judged on if this system that you're installing is going to pass this inspection. And that's going to lead me to mistake number 2, not understanding how to read the fire alarm drawings or the sequence of operations. I've noticed too many techs assume the system work instead of verify. You need to understand there's things that you need to do and there's things that need to be done. So if you're not doing it, then the actual operation of the fire alarm system is not happening. So you need to make sure you understand what's supposed to happen on any particular device that you're actually installing or programming for that fire alarm system. So when you're trying to understand the sequence of operation, in the columns where they outline all of the devices, they have the actual operations or the output activation that's supposed to happen to the right. So if it's a smoke detector, some of the output actions that they want to happen is display the message at the fire alarm control panel, enunciate a trouble signal at the fire alarm control panel, enunciate the alarm activation, whether it be horns or speaker strobes. Make sure that signal goes to the central station and alert the authorities. So these particular things are outlined inside of the sequence of operation for each and every particular device that you install on your fire alarm system. So if you don't understand why these fire alarm devices exist or why they're installed in the places that they're installed, you're just guessing. You're not really trying to understand what it is that you do on a daily basis, especially if you're trying to be an elite technician. So when you're starting out in the fire alarm industry, I want you to understand it took me 10 years before the light bulb went out. So I need you guys to have a little bit more patience with yourself, because if you actually sitting and applying yourself, it would not take you 10 years. It just came to a point at one time I was troubleshooting. I said, oh, I understand it now. Now here's the mistake that inspectors notice immediately, and that leads me to mistake number 3, and that's not labeling your devices and your documentation is incorrect. When you don't have the proper as-built riser diagrams, the inspector is looking at you as if you are just a beginner in this fire alarm industry. Something as simple as preparing the as-built riser diagram as you install the system is the most easiest thing that you can actually prepare for a fire alarm inspection. So you want to make sure you know exactly all the things that you need to have, all the things you need to do. If you're just a technician, when they submit that folder to you, your project manager, you need to make sure all of the paperwork is in there. You don't have to be the one to be able to do it, but you should know each and every piece of document that's inside of that piece of paperwork, and if the document is correct. So if you have a riser diagram and you're missing the PE stamp, you should know that. If you're missing the electrician stamp, you should know that if the PE stamps the functionality statement, then that's the only stamp that you need. However, if the PE stamps the drawings, then you're gonna need the EC or whoever the installer was to stamp the functionality statement. You need to know these things. So if you don't know what needs to be done, then you're not the tech that should be doing the doing. I just wanted to interrupt real quick and we'll get back to the video. I just wanted to give a shout out to all my subscribers. This right here is surreal. I really did not expect people to be engaging with what I'm trying to do on social media. And I just want to give you guys a shout out, and I want to let you know that it's only 11, but that's fine, because you 11 guys is going to get a free copy of my book, the Pocket Edition. I'm going to give each and every one of you a free copy of this book. And what I will actually do to extend that, the first 100 signees that will sign up as a subscriber will also get a free copy of the Pocket Edition book that I will personally fill out, drop in the mail, and send it to you. So the only way that you'll actually get it is actually by subscribing, sending me an email to info@securedsecurities.com, so that way I can get your shipping information and I can send this right out to you. All right, so let me start from the top. We got Francisco Osario. Francisco Osario, appreciate you, bro. Thank you, I appreciate you. The next one we have is Jan Santella, 8396. Thank you, Jan. Then we have Jim Miller, 9060. Thank you, Jim. Then we have Joel Fernandez, M3L. Appreciate you, Joel. Then we have 224 Pat. Good looking, 224 Pat. Then we have Cameras 213. Thank you, Cameras 213. Then we have Charles Worrell, 5946. Appreciate you, Charles. Then we have Cool Keith, 5585. Appreciate you, Cool Keith. Then we have Anthony Merrick, 77. We got the same name. Appreciate you, Anthony. Then we have Mr. Sock 4. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for signing up for the membership. And remember, the first 100 is going to get a free copy of my book. Now let's get back to the video. Now, mistake number 4 can cost you your job. Really, it can cost you your character as well. And this is not asking questions. Any questions you don't ask, that's a stupid question. So ask any question you may have. That it could be a layman's question, a rhetorical question, whatever the case may be. Make sure you ask questions so that way you can gain clarity on what it is that you're doing. I notice a lot of new techs, especially when they first start off on the job, they're a little timid, they stay a little quiet. You don't have to be loud and outspoken, but just stand up as a man on your own too and present yourself as such. Don't look as if you're shy or timid, or if you're scared to make a mistake. We all make mistakes, so you have to go forth and put yourself through it. Don't get comfortable already. Come in comfortable. At my time of working as an employee, from the technicians I work with to me being a senior tech to technicians I've trained, I've noticed the information I passed on to the ones that was able to listen became better technicians in a much faster pace than what I did. They took the information, they took the knowledge, and then they went forth and built it on their own, whether it was investing in their own selves, buying NICET books, investing in more courses, more fire alarm training, NFPA training, whatever it is that you have to do on your own time with your own money is what you should be doing, investing in yourself to become either a better person, a better technician. This makes you more marketable in the industry, how you could ask for more money. How you expect to get paid $30, $40, $50 an hour if you're not even NICET level 1 certified? Now, this is the most important mistake a lot of technicians make. I understand that your life may be into play, but you are the individual. You write your story, and everyone else inside of your story are only characters and avatars. So if you're not doing what you need to do for yourself, then you only missing all opportunities. And I say that most techs do not study for either their S98, either their S95, either their NICET certification. They have to be told to do so in order for them to take action. I don't want you to be told. I want you to take the initiative before you even get the job, while you're on the job. If you've been on a job 5 years, it is your responsibility to make sure you get these certifications, so that way, number one, you could become more marketable in the industry, you could get more money, and companies that you work with will stop playing with you. You won't just be a number. You will actually be a person that's not expendable, especially if you have the knowledge. So make sure you get your NICET 1, 2, 3, 4, inspection, test, and maintenance, whatever it is that you need to do to better yourself as a fire alarm technician. That is your job, that is on you. And the money that you make on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis, put that back into yourself so that way you can actually get more in the future. So if you want to take your skills to the next level, especially when it comes to passing your NICET exam 1, 2, 3, and 4, make sure you join our school community. We'll have over 130 videos, cheat sheets, tests, anything that you need to pass all levels of NICET. And when I say 130 videos, that is not total. That is 130 videos per level of certification. Okay, so join the school community. Link is in the description. I'm the fire alarm expert, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.